And happy Tuesday. My name is Wendy Lee, and you can find me at creativeleeyours.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the US. I'm very excited that you're joining me today for our paper crafting fun. Yay! Yay, yay, yay. So if you are watching this video when it premieres, today is Tuesday, December 3rd. December already. So crazy. So say hello and let me know if you've got any questions as you go along because I'm live with you in the chat. Now, if you're watching on replay, do say hello as well. And as well, let me know if you have any questions. I'm here to help um, you be successful with each of our projects that we create each week, right? So, just want to give a shout out to those that joined me last week for our lovely little treat holder. We did this one last week, right? That was inspired by the project that Sheila demonstrated. Now, I intended to be with you live in the chat during that premiere, but I ended up having an appointment for my colonoscopy. Blah, blah, blah. But Sheila was so wonderful to come in and answer questions. So if you had questions and did not get them answered, let me know. And in that video, of course, and I will answer those questions. So again, I apologize, but I know Sheila did a great job answering questions as we went along. So this week, what do we have in store? So we are wrapping up 2024. I cannot believe the end of the year is here, right? Christmas is going to be here in a couple of weeks, right? Crazy, 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 crazy how fast time flies. And then we'll have the new year to celebrate. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, what's going on? So many things. So, today we have a special release of some designer series papers that are being recolored. So, the new prints are called Serene Love, Refresh Beauty, blah, Shades and Hues. Now, these were recolored from the True Love, Blackberry Beauty, and Color Theory papers that we've had. It's been a couple of years, right, since we've had those. And they were some of the favorites. And so now they've recolored them in some really bright, vibrant colors. You can see all of these in our online store. So they are exclusive to the online store, but you can check those out and they're gorgeous. Those are available while supplies last. So if you love them, get them right away, right? I also have my holiday party going on. I do this every year. I've been doing this for quite some time. It's an online um, event that I have that it's not really an event. It's kind of a special more than anything else, but you end up with lots and lots of goodies when you participate. So there's details on that. If you're on my email list, yes, if you want to know everything I have going on, you definitely need to be on my email list. I do not only keep you up to date with my events and specials, but I also gift a tutorial bundle every single month, and they're good projects, right? It's not some chintzy, yucky coaster cards, right? They're fabulous, right? And there's a whole bundle of them that you get for free from me every month just for being on my email list. So sign up for my email list if you're not already on there. I also have registration going on for our December Cultivated Creativity. We're doing the Marbled Elegance kit this month. We've got some fun folds. We're really showing you lots of fun ways to use that stamp set and coordinating dies. So it's all about love. You could use it for Valentine's. I think we do have at least one Valentine in there, but most of them are all about love. And we're doing some embossing, some heat embossing techniques. So that is sure to be just amazing. So hopefully you'll join us for that if you're not already a Cultivated Creativity subscriber. And then, of course, last but not least, I wanted to mention demonstrator pre-order. So if you are a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator right now, we are enjoying the perks of getting our hands on the new products coming out January 7th, I believe it is, might be the 5th. Need to check my dates. That first week of January. Um, so we're getting our hands on new online exclusive products that's coming out. There are a brand new mini catalog, January to April mini catalog coming out, and of course, Celebration, which is our biggest and best, in my opinion, promotion of the year, where you earn free goodies. Now, this year it's changed up a little bit. The threshold for shopping is every $60 that you spend. So a little bit of a price increase, but they've not increased the prices in my entire time I've been a demonstrator, like 21 years, right? So it's long overdue, but and I'm glad they didn't raise it a lot. So it's not too bad, right? So for every $60 we spend, we get free cool stuff. Love that. So if you're not yet a demonstrator and you want to get your hands on cool stuff early, join my diamonds team, right? I'd love to have you. Yeah, so if you've got questions on that, leave me a note, send me a message, and I will help you get started as a demonstrator. All right, are we ready to switch over for our crafty fun? Let's do it. All right, so today's project, we are featuring the Regal Flora stamp set and die bundle. Now, this is the product that we are featuring in this month's All-Star Video Class Tutorial Bundle. So today's project that I'm sharing is actually my alternate project for the blog hop. So you are definitely don't want to miss this tutorial bundle. It is gorgeous, just gorgeous. And you know, I look at this and I'm like, do I need another flower set? I don't, but I do, right? They all have a uniqueness to them. So, and one thing that makes this one very special is this lovely label here. So this cuts the inside of the label, and then it also gives you a nice thin frame, which is super fun. And then you've got this lovely detail here. And then you've got some elements that cut out our stamped images of these gorgeous distinctive stamps that do all the work for us, right, when we're stamping. So today's project is super simple, and I love it because I wanted to come and bring in more of a fall vibe this time, right? I've done that with my colors. You could change the colors of this and do it any way you want to, but I just thought it was a super cool way to go about this. All right, so we've got some stamping, we've got some copper enamel effects that we're creating our own embellishments with, and we've textured and we're letting that designer paper peek through, and of course we're bringing our design to the inside. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh, I forgot to mention, the complete supply list and cut dimensions will be on my blog tomorrow. So the hop doesn't take place until tomorrow evening, so you will be able to catch that then. All right, we are starting with a 4 1/4 by 11 pretty peacock card base here. So we're gonna go ahead and fold that in half. And then I want to adhere my designer series paper. So the Regal Flora designer series paper pack has all kinds of great prints in it. This piece is 3 5/8 by 4 7/8, and I'm gonna adhere it flat. So I really wanted to highlight this paper, but in a simple way without getting too busy. So I really like the depth and the regal appearance of these colors. All right, so next, let's pull in some dies here. So I've already cut this. So I've taken my layer and die cut it with the deckled rectangles. It is the second largest. Then I cut a hole out of the center. And I did that with my Spotlight on Nature's dies, and it was this one here. It doesn't matter which one you use of that size. It's just, you know, I can use this for another project later, right? So I'm just putting that one to the side. So it's a great way to, you know, showcase that paper by cutting out that little window. Okay, so next, I want to add some texture to this layer. So let's run it through our Forever Plaid 3D embossing folder. This is one of my favorites. I love the giant size, and I love that I can choose the orientation of how I run it. So I've done this at an angle, but you could put it in straight up and down as well. But I thought that that was a really nice element to be able to add that texture and do it at a different angle than maybe what would be expected. So let's go ahead and adhere this down. Let's see if I've got any black dimensionals today. I do. I have a few. Now I'm going to go extra dimensional heavy. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I want this window to stay popped up nice for me, right? Now, if you wanted to get into the small areas, you could use the mini dimensionals, or you could use some snips from the edge here. Now, I don't want my card to sag, so I'm excessively putting dimensionals on. So let's go ahead and put them in the corners as we normally would as well. So we're extra heavy, but that's okay. All right, remove these backing papers. Now you see me color the white ones. I don't color the black ones because I can tell. It's really easy to tell if the paper's on there or not on the black ones. So, because they're black, right? All right. So I'm just gonna center that best that I can. So I've got nice stability around my window because I want that to stay up. All right, so let's bring in some white cardstock. I just have some scraps here, and we'll slide this over for now. And I'm going to do a little bit of stamping. So let's first bring in Pretty Peacock. and we will stamp. We're going to stamp this leafy image on here. So again, I'm just using some scraps. And then I'm going to bring in copper clay. So copper clay is one of our ink colors that is expected to retire. So if this is a color that you love, you need to go ahead and stock up on your favorite products in this color, right? Like get an ink refill to go with your pad if you don't have one. Otherwise, once it dries up, you won't be able to use it again, right? So this is each year, 5 of our in colors retire and 5 new ones come out. So we'll have a catalog changeover. Let's see, I believe it's the end of April. It will end and a new one will begin in May. I'd have to double check my dates, but you can see that on the back of your catalog. But point being is once they really announce that that's for sure going away, they disappear very, very quickly. So if this is a color you love, definitely stock up, like I said, on the items. All right, so we're going to take the coordinating dies and die cut those pieces out to give us these right here. Okay, so we'll use those on our card. And then I also want to die cut a label. So I'm bringing in my Something Fancy dies, and I've cut a label using that die there, and we're going to stamp our sentiment on it. Let's do that in Pretty Peacock ink. All right. And I have an extra one just in case I mess this up. Right? I'm trying to use my block to know something straight versus my stamp. Oh, I did pretty good. I'll take that one. And then when you're dealing with these fine little dainty sentiments, it's super easy to block, right? So use light pressure. You want enough pressure that you get a stamped image, right? But you need to use light pressure or you're going to get a smooshed sentiment. Okay, so like I said, today's project's super simple. So I want to add this little element here. So let's add one of our little black dimensionals here. And then let's add a little bit of liquid glue as well, just to kind of tack this down to the card. So I've got a dimensional, and the reason being is I'm going to put that right in that window hole there, right? So that's going to hold it. And then I just did a little liquid glue just to hold that in place so it doesn't go too rogue, right? All right, so let's take one of these, and we're going to put this on the inside here. Love. So let's go ahead and add a dimensional to that as well, because we're putting it inside the hole there. And then we'll add a little bit of liquid just to tack it down so I don't get anything too crazy going on. Okay. All right. Perfect. Happy with that. Oh, got a little debris going on there. Love it, love it, love it, love it. All right. Let's bring in a couple strands of our Natural Tones linen thread. Love this. So I've got 2 12-inch pieces that I've layered together here, right? And I'm just going to tie a nice big bow. So I'm looping them crisscross. One goes in the hole and back out. And we will pull that tight. Now, I don't know about you, but my bows, actually that one turned out pretty good. My bows don't typically turn out so pretty. So I'll hold the knot and pull the ends. Hold the knot and pull the ends. And then I can futz with it, right? I can keep pulling it until I'm happy with it. Now I want to spread these loops out just a smidge, if I can get my hands on it. Sometimes my arthritis doesn't allow me to do that, which is okay. Some days are better crafting days than others, right? All right, and then I want to adhere this to the back of my sentiment. So let's add a little bit of Stampin' Seal. And we're going to pick up this thread here. Let's move that up a little. So I kind of like that right there. That looks good to me. Now let's go ahead and add some dimensionals on here to pop this up. So you can also straddle your thread if you want to kind of tack it on the back if you'd like. It's entirely up to you, right? And then we'll remove these backing papers and add this right down here. Cute, right? I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Let's see, we'll go offset a little bit more. There we go. Now, if the ends are too long, snip them off, right? It's okay. We can clip those away if we want to. Maybe they're a little excessive. I like them long, but snip them off so it fits in the envelope just a smidge better. Now, I'm going to hold off on my embellishment because it has some drying time. So let's go ahead and do the inside. and then we'll come back to that. All right, so let's slide that over. Bring our inside layers here. So I've got a piece of white that is 3.5 by 4 3/4, and a piece of copper clay that's 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. I'm just going to adhere these two together. Now you could add a sentiment, you could add some stamping on this layer if you want to. You do whatever you want to do. I always like to bring the design to the inside if we can, just to add a little finishing touch. Makes it a little extra special versus a plain inside, right? We don't like naked envelopes and we don't like naked insides, right? You got to put a layer in a dark card base anyway. All right, so for this one, you know, I cut this extra piece here. So how about we just add this right inside? I think that adds a nice little touch. Again, you could do some stamping as well. Entirely up to you. So let's get a little liquid glue. Perfect. Now you could do this with other stamp sets that you've got, this same idea, if you don't have this one and don't want this one. But I think you could take this same layout idea and make some fantabulous projects. All right, let's add the finishing touch. I'm bringing in my copper metallic enamel effects. Now you can make your own dots by placing these on your silicone craft sheet, letting them dry, and then you can use them as separate little embellishments. I've got a few here on the side. Let's see if I can bring that in. So here's one that's dry. There we go. That I had created, right, with gold. You do need some adhesive to put those down, or you can go directly to the project and do it. So you're just going to squeeze out some, and I like to put a generous amount. So you can do them as big or as small as you want to, right? And then you need to let that dry, right? It'll flatten out a little bit as it dries. And the drying time depends on your environment, right? How moist it is, how hot it is, how cold it is. I like to leave it in a cool area. I haven't tried the freezer, but I think you totally could do that. So I just don't want to touch that until it's fully dry. I would say a minimum of a couple of hours. I'm going to leave this and I won't touch this probably for a day because I really want to make sure that those set up nicely and don't cause me any problems. So, all right, I hope you guys love this one and give it a try. You could do it in all the different colors of the prints in this wonderful paper pack. And you know, the metallic enamel effects comes in gold, silver, and this copper color. So, you know, you can have some wide variety of choices that you can do there. So if you've enjoyed today's project, please leave me a thumbs up and don't forget to invite your crafty friends to come join us on Tuesdays, and take a break with us, right? Okay, perfect. Thank you all for joining me today, and I hope to see you again next Tuesday. Bye for now.